10.1, which is over circles and circumference. So first, some vocab. A circle consists of all of the points in a plane that are a given distance, which is the radius, from a given point called the center. A segment or line that intersects a circle a segment or line can intersect a circle in several ways. A segment within points that are at the center of the circle is a radius. So if you have an endpoint in the circle and it also crosses the edge, that's going to be a radius. So it's halfway across the circle. A segment with endpoint on the circle is a chord. So if a segment has endpoints that are both on the circle, then it's considered to be a chord. And a chord that passes through the circle's center and made up of the collinear radii is a diameter. So a diameter is going to be the chord that goes through the center. So it'll have endpoints on either side that goes through the center. So for a circle that has radius r and diameter d, the following is true. The radius is the diameter divided by 2. The radius is half of the diameter, and the diameter is 2 times the radius. Okay, so in this picture we have 2 chords. They are AE and BD, because the diameter is a special kind of chord. There's 3 radii. They are FB, FC, and FD, and the diameter is BD. So here's an example. They ask us to name the circle. So in order to name a circle, you're actually just going to use your center point. So this circle's name is circle O. So it says to name the radii of the circle. So this is any points that start at the center and have a endpoint on the edge of the circle. So those are going to be AO, BO, CO, and DO. And name chords of the circle, and the chords are going to be AB, which is also your diameter, and CD, which just has 2 endpoints, or has points on the circle. So pause the video and try these on your own. So first off, this circle's name is R. Some of the radii of this circle are AR, RX, RB, and RY. Some chords of the circle is AX. You also could have X or YB, AB, or XY. So diameters of the circle are going to be A, B, and XY. So if AB, which is the diameter, is 18 millimeters, AR, which is a radius, is going to be 9 millimeters. If RY is 10 inches, then AR is also going to be 10 inches, and AB is going to be 20 inches. And then they ask if AB is congruent to XY. And the answer is going to be yes, because they are both diameters. So circumference. The circumference of a circle is the distance around the circle. So it's kind of like the perimeter of a circle. So for a circumference of C units and a diameter of D units, the radius units of a radius for R units. So circumference equals pi times diameter, or circumference equals 2 times pi times radius. So here's an example. So you have to find the circumference of the circle to the nearest hundredth. So in this one, you're given the radius, so you're going to use the fact that the circumference equals 2 times the pi times the radius. So 2 times pi times 13 is our circumference formula. 2 times 13 is 26, and 26 times pi is 18.68. So the circumference is 26 pi, or about 81.68. I apologize for saying 18 instead of 81 right before that. So on this one, it asks you to find the diameter and radius of a circle with the given circumference, and you're going to round to the nearest tenth. So in this case, we're going to start with our circumference formula, and we are going to work our way backwards. So circumference equals pi times diameter. So 40 equals our diameter times pi. So we're going to divide pi by 40 to get our diameter. And then in order to get our radius, we'll need to take that number, so 12.73, and we'll need to divide it by 2. So our radius will be 6.37. So R is going to equal 6.37. So pause the video and try this one on your own. Alright, so on this one, you're asked to find the diameter and the radius of the circle given the circumference and round to the nearest hundredths. So again, we're going to work backwards. So circumference equals pi times the diameter, and 256 equals pi times the diameter. So I'm going to divide by pi and get 81.49 equals the diameter. So divide by 2, and I get that radius equals 40.75. So this one asks you to find the exact circumference of each circle using the given inscribed or circumscribed polygon. So in this case, we have a triangle inside of a circle. So we need to find our diameter, which in this case, since it's a right triangle, this is going to be our diameter is going to be our hypotenuse of this triangle. So we use Pythagorean theorem. So diameter squared equals 8 squared plus 6 squared. So diameter squared equals 64 plus 36. So diameter squared equals 100, and the square root of 100 is 10. So my diameter equals 10. So the circumference is going to be the diameter times pi, which means that my circumference is going to be 10 pi. And we're going to leave it like that because it says to leave it as an exact circumference. Find the exact circumference. So pause the video and try this one on your own. So in this case, your diameter squared equals 10 squared, or 5 squared plus 12 squared. Diameter squared equals 25 plus 144. So the diameter squared equals 169. So diameter equals 13. And circumference equals the diameter times pi. So the circumference equals 13 pi. And that's it. Good luck.